You voted and the oldies team has won once again. That's now the second consecutive victory for the seniors. And after putting together two strong teams with them, I've come to the conclusion that there's only one team that can stop the oldies team, which is, in fact, their biggest rival. I'm talking about the youngsters team. So, I'm going to put together two different teams in FUT Draft, one made up entirely of oldies and one made up entirely of youngsters. Who do you think will come out on top? That's what you're about to find out. Starting with the youngsters team, the rule is very simple. I'll check each player's date of birth and pick the youngest one available. And, believe it or not, our captain isn't actually that young. Salah, the legend, is about to turn 33, but he's the youngest one here. He's our first pick. And now let's move on to the attack. But we weren't so lucky here. The youngest striker is this Irish lad with a name like a camera brand. Our team is set up in a 3-4-3 formation, and now let's see who takes the left wing. Here we've got some better options, but looking at their ages, we'll have to rule out Vini Jr. The Englishman Gordon is just a year younger than him. Moving on to midfield, we got some good options, but the youngest player wasn't the best one available here. Still in midfield, our luck hasn't changed. This Venezuelan, whom I don't know, is the youngest among them. Now let's go to the left midfield. And here we did well. Not only is Nico Williams the best card, he's also the youngest among these five. But on the right midfield, we weren't as lucky. We only got standard gold cards. Now we're moving on to defense, and there are no full-backs in this formation. Just have a look at these centre-back cards. We only got good options here, except for one card. And guess who the youngest player is here? We'll have to pass on Cannavaro and Stan to pick the gold card of this English player from Chelsea. Let's see who the next centre-back will be. And here we got lucky. Only good options came up. And for the first time, we got a Future Stars card. As a result, Lucas Beraldo is also the youngest here. He'll be a guaranteed starter in our defense. And look how cool this is. He only moved to Europe recently, but his face in the game is already customized. Let's see who the last centre-back will be. And check this out. This Irene Paredes card is really good, but the Spaniard is 33 years old and isn't the youngest here. Looking at everyone's age, this Englishman who plays for Crystal Palace is the youngest of them all. We're just missing the goalkeeper to complete the starting 11. Looking at their faces, who do you think is the youngest here? All these goalkeepers are over 30, but the Brazilian Edison is the youngest among them. And that's how the lineup of the 11 youngest players turned out. The team, for now, is pretty average. There are plenty of positions to improve, and the hope lies on the bench. Let's see who will make it to the bench. This Van der Sar card is really good, but the Dutchman is already far too old. The youngest one here is Valencia's goalkeeper, whose name I won't even try to pronounce, but he'll stay on the bench and won't play. Continuing with our bench, now we've got some good options. We just need to find out who is the youngest among them. And it turns out we had a bit of luck. Although this Japanese player is a left-back, he can also play as a centre-back, which is a position we need. Let's keep looking for more young talents. And it seems we're having some luck. We've got some good options here. This Northern Irish lad is another one of the future stars. The problem is, he only plays as a fullback and we're playing a 3-4-3, a formation that doesn't use fullbacks. He's actually the youngest one here and won't be able to play in our team. But there are still plenty more players to come. We weren't lucky with that pick, but with the next one, our luck turned. Now we just need to find out who the youngest among them is. By just 1 year, the Englishman Soccer came out on top, and given the position he plays, he'll probably be a starter for our team. The squad is improving with these substitutes, and our lucky streak continues. We only got good options here, and our team is in need of a striker. Unfortunately, we'll have to discard this Messi card, which is worth over $1 million. The youngest here is the Nigerian Osimhen, who's 26 years old. Continuing with our bench, we're still getting good cards. Now we just need to find out who the youngest here is. Rodri, who has already been named the best in the world, is 28 and will be another guaranteed starter for our team. Let's go. We've only done half of our bench so far. There are still plenty of good players who could join, but we won't always be lucky. We've had 2 discard rounds in a row, but with this pick here, we might get another addition to the young players team. This Rafael Leo card is really good. It's worth over 2 million on the market. But is he the youngest here? Looking at everyone's age, it seems not. The youngest among them is the Portuguese Fovio Carvalho. He wasn't the best option available, but even so, this Portuguese lad has a guaranteed spot in our midfield. Only 2 more players to go to finish, but it seems the team's luck has run out. All that's left is to pick the youngest manager, who is probably this Venezuelan stock image woman. After making a few changes, this is how our young players team turned out. The team could have been better, but I think it's already enough to go for the win. Before putting together the oldies team, we're going to play with the youngsters team. That's the team we're up against, a much stronger side than ours, with a very expensive attack made up of Cantona and Holland from the team of the year, but I believe in the power of youth. Right from the first attack, the youngsters team exchanged passes until the Englishman Gordon found himself one-on-one with the keeper and slotted it into the corner to open the scoring. The Englishman, who ended up being picked instead of Vini Jr., has been causing real problems for their defense, but their attack is very strong. Our defense couldn't stop that run from Holland with Cantona, and the Frenchman equalized, but the youngsters team isn't shaken by conceding the goal. The Nigerian Osimhen broke free from his marker and was taken out from behind. The big centre-back lost his head and resorted to violence. It's a chance for the youngsters team to take the lead again. If Rodri has already won the Ballon d'Or, the least he can do is score a penalty. Here comes the Spaniard to take the penalty, and he missed. The game remains level, and the opposing team is now looking to turn it around. Our defense is struggling to keep Cantona in check, but Rodri is determined to make up for his missed penalty. The Spaniard surged forward, went one-on-one with the keeper, and this time he didn't miss. The youngsters team are back in front. The other team tried to equalize, but Lucas Beraldo put a stop to Cantona's run. The Nigerian Osimhen left the defense in the dust and extended the lead even further. Cantona went on the attack, but the Japanese player arrived just in time to stop him. Now they tried with Holland, and the Japanese player stopped him again. This Itakura is playing brilliantly in our defense. The team went on the attack with Nico Williams. The Spaniard was brought down, and it's another penalty. Rodri has another chance to score his. I've never seen a player who won the Ballon d'Or miss 2 penalties in the same match. Here comes the Spaniard to take the penalty, and it's in. It's turning into a thrashing now. The Japanese player Itakura didn't let anything else get past him in defense. The opposing team are losing their heads and trying to injure our young stars. But the boldness of youth doesn't stop. The Portuguese Fovio Carvalho weaved through the defense and won a corner. Straight after, he went to collect the short pass. The defense is already all over the place. His dribbling passed everyone, and he shot twice to score his goal. After that, the karate player lost his cool. The youngsters team won 5-1, but they didn't even get to finish the first half. So we'll have to play another match for the youngsters team to show off their football. And the next game wasn't easy for them. The youngsters started off losing 1-0. The ball reached our number 9 and the Nigerian Osimhen equalized. The first half ends 1-1 and this match is much tougher than the last. The second half begins with the other team going on the attack, and Lucas Beraldo made a dangerous sliding tackle to stop the striker. The referee didn't like that one bit and immediately sent our centre-back off. The youngsters team is now playing with 1 man down. On top of that, their team has a dangerous free kick to take. Our Japanese centre-back has already positioned himself near the post. Here comes Del Piero to take the free kick, and our centre-back saved it. The Japanese player is still playing brilliantly in our defence. With 1 centre-back sent off, we'll have to make some changes to the team. That way, we can restore our defence. Even with 1 man down, the youngsters team keeps pressing forward. The ball reached Rodri and the Spaniard shot into the corner to score his goal. And the youth attack continues. Fovio Carvalho left the defender for dead, but missed a great chance. The youngsters don't stop. Rodri received the ball unmarked in the box, turned past the keeper and scored another. Nico Williams passed it to Osimhen and the Nigerian scored the 4th. It's turning into a thrashing now, and after that the guy disconnected. The youth team chalked up another win. Will the old boys team be able to beat them? That's what we're about to find out. The rule is very simple. You can only pick the oldest player that appears. The veteran team has pulled off some big wins in recent videos. Will they manage to put together a great team once again? Let's start by picking the team captain. Among these options, the Englishman McManaman is the oldest here. We're going to play once again with a formation that doesn't have any fullbacks. Now let's see who our first striker will be. We've got some good options here. There are 3 legends from women's football. But which one of them is the oldest? Looking at each of their birth dates, the French woman Pichon is the oldest here. Now let's see who she'll be partnering with up front. And we've been really lucky here. Puskás and Cantona are both great choices for the attack. If the Hungarian were still alive, he'd be nearly 100 years old. So he's by far the oldest player here. Our attack is already strong, and now let's move on to the midfield. It looks like our lucky streak is continuing. Zidane is going to be an undisputed starter in this team. Moving to left midfield, we just keep getting legends. This Ribéry card is very good, but Ginola is even older than him. We've been lucky at the start. It's alright if we get a bad card now. João Moutinho is the oldest here, and he has an incredible 39 pace. Still in midfield, we keep getting legends. I don't know if you're aware, but the Irishman Roy Keane is one of the most violent players in football history. Now we're moving on to defense, and the legends just keep coming. This team of veterans is having a lot of luck. Campbell is a beast in defense. We're going to play with 3 centre-backs, and this time we weren't so lucky. This German is the oldest here. Let's see who will be our last centre-back. We've received some good cards, but who do you think is the oldest among them? Looking at each one's date of birth, the Englishwoman Bright is the oldest here. We're just missing the goalkeeper to complete the team. And this time we weren't lucky. The oldest goalkeeper is this American. The problem with choosing a goalkeeper is that they're usually quite short. So that's how the starting lineup looks. The team is getting strong, but there are some positions we urgently need to improve. We need a central midfielder, a centre-back, and a goalkeeper. Let's see who we'll get for our bench. Let's start with a goalkeeper. The Mexican Jorge Campos is the oldest here. But as soon as I complained about the goalkeeper's height, EA sent me a goalkeeper who's actually shorter than her. This Mexican is only 1 meter 70 tall. That would be pretty much impossible in today's football, but for now, he'll be the team's starting goalkeeper. Continuing with our bench, we actually got some good options. This German is the oldest here. He might not be the best card, but at least he can also play as a centre-back, a position we really need. We keep getting good cards, but the team is set up in a formation that doesn't use full-backs. The Englishwoman Lucy Bronze only plays as a full-back, so she won't even make it into the team. We're still missing a lot of players, and now we've got really lucky. Good luck. This Yaya Toure card is just too good, and besides, we really need someone in that position. Our team is getting stronger and stronger. This time we weren't lucky, but we haven't even reached half the bench yet. This Vini Jr. card came at the wrong time, just like in the young players team. Once again, we'll have to leave him out. The oldest player here is the Argentine Dybala. Let's keep looking for another veteran star. You don't always get a good card, but our team is looking pretty strong for now.
Look at Fabio Carvalho's letter here again.
I was surprised by Santi Cazorla. I didn't realize he hadn't retired yet. There are only a few players left, but the team could get even better. Messi is the oldest here, and I think he'll be starting instead of that French player. There are only 2 cards left, and there was nothing special in them. Now let's choose the manager. Jorge Jesus is definitely the oldest here. After making a few changes, this is how the veterans team turned out. Check it out. This team looks really good. Do you think they'll be able to beat the youngsters team? That's what we're about to find out. But before the match starts, if you've watched this far, go ahead and give the video a like. That's the team the veterans will be up against. The match kicks off with Ginola breaking into the box and firing a left footer into the back of the net. After some passing, Puskás found himself one-on-one with the keeper and, with a cheeky chip, increased the lead even further. The fans even made a banner with a photo of the Hungarian. The veterans team just keeps on attacking. With a quick 1-2, Puskás found himself through on goal again and scored another. It's already 3-0, and after that, the guy disconnected. So, just like the youngsters team, the veterans will play another match. And this time, the match promises to be tougher. This Mbappé card is incredibly overpowered and costs more than 2 million on the market. The match kicks off with Puskás leaving the defense in disarray and, with his left foot, firing into the top corner to open the scoring. The veterans want more. Messi broke free from the defense, but the keeper saved his shot. With a beautiful pass from Yaya Toure, Puskás struck it first time, but the ball hit the post. The other team is trying to attack, but nothing is getting past our defender Campbell. Meanwhile, their defender slipped up. Messi stole the ball and, with his right foot, increased the lead even further. The old boys just won't stop attacking. Zidane made a lovely move through the middle and passed it to Yaya Toure. Marfinense struck it across goal and the keeper managed to save it. On the rebound, Messi was gifted the ball and fired it into the top corner to make it 3-0. Even so, nothing is decided yet. I told you that Mbappé card is seriously overpowered. The Frenchman pulled one back. And to make things even more exciting, the score is now 3-2. Will the old boys team bottle it? From now on, Mbappé is being tightly marked. The Frenchman is their main weapon. The second half starts with Messi shooting with his right foot to give the scoreline some breathing room. Mbappé had all the answers, but was stopped by our defense. This Frenchman is really hard to mark. If you slip up with the marking, that's it. That's exactly what happened, and Mbappé closed the gap again. Their team is chasing the equalizer, and our defense has to stay alert. After a 1-2 with Puskás, Zidane found himself one-on-one with the keeper and slotted it past him to increase the lead. Our bald maestro is on fire and pulled off a classic Zidane turn to score a stunning goal. And now it's turning into a thrashing. McManaman charged down the right and passed it to Puskás. The Hungarian struck it with his left and scored another one. That's already our team's 7th, and after that, the guy disconnected. The old boys team chalked up another win. But what about now? Tell me, which team was better? The youngsters or the old boys? Leave your comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, there's a FUT Draft series here on the channel. Click to check it out and subscribe, making sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video.